This week on the Best Flarking podcast, we're jamming about Resident Evil 7, Justice League Dark, the Runaways cast, which Super Bowl spots were the best, all of that, and the Read Report on episode 45 of the Best Flarking podcast. Hit the music.
And then there came a day like many others. The Best Flarking Podcast. Your nerd's eye view of TV, film, comics, and video games. With you, as always, your mother flarking hosts, Dunners and Reach. Fellas, show them who they're flarking with.
Greetings, good people of the multiverse. This is episode 45 of the Best Flarking podcast. It is 2/6/2017. We now live in a world where anything is possible. The Patriots won the Super Bowl despite overwhelming odds.
Oh my God.
It's insanity.
It is. It literally is. It's the very definition.
And I don't know how many of our listeners are sports ball fans, but we are, and that was one for the ages. It was incredible. First Super Bowl ever to go to overtime.
You know, it's funny. I saw a friend tweet out, like, I can't even fathom what it's like to be a Falcons fan right now. And I was like, yeah, you can. You're a Vikings fan.
Yeah, it's like, you know exactly what they're going through. Like they collapsed in a way that was very Vikings-esque.
So bad.
But yeah, but we digress. So this would normally be a topic we'd cover on our Gamescast, but our third member of the Gamescast will not be able to complete this in time. So we decided, in the essence of time and looking at how it would be interesting, we're just going to go ahead and do it now. So we're going to talk about Resident Evil because Reach played it first and beat it, and then I absolutely manhandled it in 10 hours.
Yeah, you did. Oh my God, you made that thing your bitch.
That game was like, I just punched right through it. Although I did bum myself out. I missed 2 antique coins and 1 Mr. Everywhere.
Holy shit, you only missed that many in 10 hours?
Yep.
The fuck? Did you play on easy?
No, I played on normal.
Damn, son.
And the only boss fight that was hard was Marguerite, but we will get into that.
VAD shots. Just VAD shots.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Spider Lady, you know.
This is wild.
Spider Woman. But yeah, so Resident Evil 7 came out, and if you guys are unaware what Resident Evil is, it was a horror franchise, which then the best game in the series 4 came out, which was more action-oriented, and turned the series into...
Best in the series.
4 is the best in the series. Don't get it twisted. It absolutely beats 1.
This is the whole chicken and the egg thing, though. I can't really fault you for that, because it's like, if we didn't have 1, we wouldn't have 4, so what are you going to do?
Yeah, it's the whole, like, you know, who's better, Radiohead or the Beatles, which is an argument that people have. I'm not going to get into it because I side with the Beatles, but, again... We're not going to get into that. If you want to have that argument, you go nuts. But I don't. Even if you wanted to talk about the old ones, 1 isn't even the best of the original run. 2 is far superior to 1. The where Leon and Claire first show up, vastly superior.
Yeah, well, and when we were talking about it, you had reminded me, and because I don't know how the fuck I forgot. Like, there's an actual cast in Resident Evil. Like. There's more than just Jill and Chris.
Right.
I tend to forget these things.
Yeah. And so it's safe to say, here's the spoiler tag. So if you're looking to stay away from spoilers on Resident Evil 7, you should probably
skip past, fast forward, do something.
Click one of the fast forward or click one of the annotations that bring you to another part of the podcast, because we will be doing this for a while. So Resident Evil 7 opens up in what could only be described as mid-2000s horror intro. Like,
dude, it's like True Detective. It's like playing True Detective.
Oh, dude, I felt like I was playing like House of Wax from 2005. Where it's like my girlfriend went missing, and now I gotta find her. I know she's his wife, but he's like, she went missing, and then I gotta call 3 years later to come out here to Louisiana and find her. I'm like, oh, tight, very tight, very tight, very tight. The game is beautiful. Before we even get into anything, I played it on ultra settings on 2.5K because the game decided to go all choppy in motion blur, which is a little weird considering I have like a super rig. So I'm assuming there's probably something that just wasn't playing fun with my current driver set. But it looked better than console for sure. At 2.5K ultra settings. But the game starts off.
Hang on, they're on their own engine, aren't they?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's on Havoc. I'm not sure.
No, you're right.
Maybe
Yeah, it is on Havoc. I remember seeing that logo.
So if not, it's using Havoc for physics.
Sure.
It's one or the other. But the game's most scary parts are the first 40 minutes. The rest of the game is not scary at all for me. I shouldn't say not scary at all because the jump scares really work. The jump scares that they do are tip top. But the only like legitimate tension in the game is after you sneak into the house and you get clipped, basically, or you watch the tape of the people in the house, which I know that I didn't play the demo, and I know this is old hat for most people who did play the demo. Yeah. But the videotape mechanic was so tight. Yeah. The whole having to watch VHS tapes, and like at first I thought my brain drifted. I was like, oh, VHS tapes. Oh man, maybe Ethan turns into Albert Wesker. Maybe this takes place before the first game. This would be so tight. And then I was like, no, dude, people have cell phones and fucking all sorts of awesome
right. Dude's wearing a watch technology that keeps track of his heart rate and shit. Like,
yeah, I'm like, no, just you're wrong. This is clearly modern day. And I was like, oh yeah, and the laptop in the beginning.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Duh. Duh. So like I put that away. But like when the family has you tied up and they're trying to force you to become like one of them.
Yeah. Or not even force you. You pretty much are at that point.
Well, yeah.
When you're kind of just getting your hand stapled back on.
Well, that was, I mean, the thing though is like they, in the story though, they say that the family is like abducted these people and then they force feed them and then they watch them to see if they turn into molded or if they stay like the family. But the thing is that the adapting part has nothing to do with the family. That's all Eveline's gift. Right. You know, and Eveline wanted Ethan to be the new dad, which is why Lucas is like, oh, hello, Dad. You know, because that's why he called him that later on when he's dragging Mia away. It's like they want Ethan to be the new father because Eveline wants Mia to stay. So she figured if she brought Ethan, they would be fine. Like, oh yeah, he'll totally be the family now because we have everything that she's ever wanted. But the tension of like getting out of the wheelchair for the first time and like wandering around trying to figure out where to go and what to do was so nice. And then Jack showing up and scaring the shit out of you. Oh
yeah. I'm gonna get you, boy.
I get you. I smell you, piggy. It's like that's very stereotypical Southern, but you know what? Capcom has never been one to shy away from
stereotypes.
The stereotypes that make ethnicities and people from different locations
they're all
stand out. All the way down to like the no nonsense black cop. Man. But first moment that genuinely scared me was how slow Ethan runs. It has nothing to do with the game. It's just like this feels off. Like he runs so slow. Yeah. Like it doesn't even feel like sprinting. It feels. And now I get I was like, oh, he's gonna run faster once his hand is reattached, right? Because like right now I get he's running slow because his hand got cut off. But there's no way. There's no way that he's not gonna run fast. And he doesn't run fast at all through the whole game. It's a fucking nightmare.
Well, you know, he will if you complete it in under 4 hours.
Oh yeah,
and get there's a little add-on for item boxes. You get like some sort of sneakers or something that make you run faster.
Oh, that's cool. I just got the Albert gun and something about like protection.
Yep.
I don't know. So
yeah, what you got was where we both got the Albert gun. I think you did it in the under 10 hours, so you must have just hit that mark.
Yeah.
Or under 15. I'd have to go back and check.
I would have beaten it under 6. But I left my game on while I had to go put Flynn to bed, and then he woke up later on the night, and I ended up falling asleep, putting my son back to bed when he's like, oh, because my son is a big fan of like hugging you while you fall asleep, and you know I'm not going to tell my 2-year-old that I'm not going to tell my 2-year-old I'm not going to play with him.
Right.
Look, daddy's in a race against time.
It's a cold world out here,
to be Resident Evil 7. You're a grown man now. Yep. Put yourself to bed.
Go up here, bud. No, you got the scroll that does less damage when you are guarding.
Oh, okay. Which guarding is like the jam, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't use it enough. I'm such used to just playing tank and like just running in.
Oh yeah, I was putting my hands up and I think I sent you a text where I'm like, I'm not going to use any ammo. I'm out here knifing everybody.
Yeah, Crocodile Dundee on these motherfuckers.
Yeah, I was every molded that I came across. I was like, if there wasn't multiple, I was like, oh, you're going down knife style, son. You're getting smoked.
Right, run up real quick, back up,
and then back up, and then run back in. And if I screw the time pattern up, put the arm up.
Yep.
But like mechanics wise and storyline wise and style wise, this is a return to form that 5 and 6 weren't.
Truly.
And 4 for the most part too, because 4 isn't really scary. 4 is just fantastic.
So what was the first point in this one where you were like, oh yeah, this is a return to Resident Evil?
When I first made it into the main part of the house and I grabbed the pendulum and I brought it back to the other clock and like the clock plopped down and like ammo fell out of the clock and I was like, okay, all right. And then the first time I got a dog's head, I was like, oh my God.
Oh yeah, the multiple. Yep.
I was like, oh, of course. These are like the crests that need to go in the door to open it up. Hilarious. And then the keys were just like the scorpion key, the crow key, and the serpent key. Yeah, and it's just like, I was like, oh, okay. So these are like, all these things kind of harken back to a style that, is kind of bygone past Nemesis, or Code Veronica, if you are so inclined. Which Code Veronica was fantastic. Long live the Dreamcast.
I didn't play it.
You should go back.
I mean, didn't play it though.
It's good.
God,
it's good.
I fucking love Dreamcast.
Yeah, everyone loves Dreamcast now. Yeah, everyone loves Dreamcast. In hindsight, they're like, "Fuck, man, we could have had a whole world where Sega was just innovating all the time." Like, cause Sega foresaw the whole internet being part of gaming before anyone did. The console side, it's just like, you should fucking do this.
Yeah, man, that system was too far ahead of its time.
Yeah, dude, way ahead. But the boss fights in this game are critically lauded, or not lauded, but kind of hated on as not being like really necessary or good. They're just kind of like there. And I really liked the boss fights.
Yeah.
The only one I don't really care for is the car in the beginning, where I was like, this car's turn radius is insane. I mean, I know, granted, I know I'm not playing with like the full deck here where it's supposed to take it like in reality, but
yeah,
this muscle car can do hairpin turns at full speed.
Oh yeah, just drifting in the garage.
So like, there's lots of gotchas, and
tons of
gotchas. The beginning they're great because they're unexpected, but by the end I was like, all right, I'm gonna walk by, this thing's gonna pop up off the floor. I'm gonna do this. This thing's gonna still be alive.
I just put myself in that mode. I think I just get too. Not necessarily too, but I'm able to just dive in and envelop myself and just put myself in that mode and completely remove myself from the viewer part of it and just be like, yo, this is me in this game. And that's where I say you are spot on with the first hour being the most tension-filled, like, oh my God. I honestly wish I would have, I know it's kind of a played-out thing amongst streamers lately, but I really wish I would have played with a heart monitor.
Yeah, like, the thing is like,
it'd be an interesting there were definitely thing to see.
I was like, should I play this on stream? And I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna play it for me. I'm not even gonna play it on the stream. I'll probably replay it on the stream or something and see what's up. I'm actually really excited for like this year's Halloween streaming schedule because I'm gonna get another copy of Until Dawn, play that again without any remembering of what's going on in that. Play this. Probably play Eternal Darkness, the greatest game in the history of GameCube. But the first, like, everything up until you get the shotgun,
right,
is the most tension filled part of it. And I normally don't like to agree with Smosh and their honest game trailers, but the moment you get the shotgun, it's not scary anymore. Now it's like, fucking let's go, homies, and just like blasting everything in sight. Like, I didn't even get scared when like Jack and them showed up anymore. Like when they were patrolling, I'm like, I'll just outrun them. Yeah. Or I'll lay a blast on them and stagger them so bad that I can run away. But the tension just like disappeared, and I'm looking forward to playing it on Madhouse mode, which I hear the ammo is much less.
Fucking nuts.
So
it goes back to the old type of you need cassette tapes in order to save.
Oh, cool. So you can't
just save in every fucking room that you get to.
Yeah, that's cool. That's pretty tight. I like that as an idea.
But
that was really cool.
And I wonder if, well, actually, no, this wouldn't have played into people's reviews at all because it seemed like, well, not seemed like, I know the biggest gripe of the boss fights was that they were bullet sponges and you had no real idea of how bad you were hurting this thing or whatever. Like, for example, when you're fighting Jack in the meat cage or whatever it is, and he's got the chainsaw. It's like you put holes in that man's face repeatedly.
Yeah.
And it's like his face is missing and he's still walking around just you're just like, yo, are you gonna die or not? Or what's going on?
Yeah.
To that point in Madhouse, again with the first chainsaw fight against Mia, I don't know how many fucking bullets I put in her face, and she's still not dead. I think 22. I counted. And then I'm stuck with the axe, so I'm like, yo, I don't know how you want me to beat this. There is literally no more ammo. I put every one of them in your face that I had, and now I'm just stuck with an axe. And I know my axe ain't beating a chainsaw, so what do you want from me?
Yeah, it's
Madhouse is crazy, man.
I'm excited to try it out. I should probably schedule some.
You're always on that shit.
Yeah, I'll find a way to
let me know.
My way through
just shoot me that text as soon as you figure it out.
I'll just let you know when I'm streaming. You can come enjoy the ride with me.
I would love to. Yeah. By the way, you guys can go watch my initial scared reactions. Twitch.tv/ReachMatic. Watch me get scared for the first 2-3 hours of that game.
Yeah. And as just a note to all the listeners, we're going to try and start doing more stream stuff so you guys can watch us game. That's more of like a games cast thing, but we feel like there's probably a crossover of audience.
Definitely.
So we're going to be doing more of that stuff. But going into like character stuff, Jack is the best character in the whole game. He's the best character in the whole game by far. Ethan is just a wet blanket, lame-o protagonist. He's so bunk.
Yeah, he is, because I would have left that place like in the first hour.
I mean, like my thought was like if Mara got abducted and I found out, I would go, but I probably wouldn't go solo. You know, I'd probably go with the authorities.
A fucking gun with me, like come on, man.
Exactly. So like, there's that whole element to it, but like Jack as a character is really good in that game. Like he's got the classic like every horror trope ever, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like this game is filled with every possible trope on Earth, and it borrows from every horror game that exists.
Yeah, he was very reminiscent of what's his name from House of a Thousand Corpses for me.
Bill Moseley's character.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but not Dr. Satan, but the other guy.
Yeah,
Dr. Satan.
And I don't know if that's because of his face or his build. You know what I mean?
It's because he's Southern and he's dirty.
Yeah.
It's Southern dirtball that has become like really popular in the horror genre. I shouldn't say has become, because
Always
the Southern
has
dirtball has been a trope in the horror genre. But for me, the reason that Jack is incredible is not like the scariness of his character or like how unbeatable he is or how dope it was to fight him as a giant eyeball monster. Which very Resident Evil 2 of them loved it.
Giant eyeball monster.
Jack comes back at the boathouse and fights you again.
No, that was Lucas.
No, that's Jack.
No,
again.
that was Lucas.
No, that's Jack, because when he says, no, that's Jack, brother. Lucas escapes. Lucas never gets got, buddy. That's because you're gonna.
Did I miss something? Really?
You're gonna try and take over my family with my daughter? That's not Lucas. That's Jack.
You're fresher on it than I am, so I.
Yeah, that's Jack as the eyeball monster.
I concede.
And
fuck.
That's supposed to be like, that's also like the we found encrypted communications with a third party.
Right.
At the end, they're talking about
Umbrella.
Redfield, I believe. Yeah. That Lucas is reaching out to Redfield because they're like, you know who that's going to be? And then Redfield shows up.
God damn it.
That's a mutated Jack, man. That's most certainly Jack in the final fight.
I got to go back.
Which is why he also has a beard on him.
Didn't notice it. It's too busy trying to shoot eyeballs.
Yeah. But yeah, that's but after you kill him in the boathouse and after you get, Ethan gets abducted and we get a return to form of the scary part when Mia has no weapons, has to run around the boat until she gets the machine gun.
Who did you save?
That part is I saved Mia, dude.
Really?
I'm not going to Yeah.
I said fuck Mia. Fuck you, bitch. You're gone. You tried to kill me twice over.
But that's not even her fault though.
Doesn't
that's all
matter.
Eveline's fault.
I was like, we're done. That's cool.
Yeah, it's
who's been there for me this entire time and helped me out? Zoe.
But she's not there for you. She's trying to just get the F out of Dodge.
I don't care. She helped me out.
And and the best part is, if you save Mia, you ain't gotta worry about fucking fighting her again with the chainsaw on the boat. You don't gotta kill her. She just kicks it and it's awesome.
See, okay. See, I was wondering. There's a spoiler for me. I was wondering what would happen if I go back and made the other decision.
And that's the good ending, too, because when you both leave, she's like, Ethan, is that you? And it's like, yeah, we made it. And then she's like, we did? We did? I love you. I love you, too. And then they look out at the sunset together, as opposed to, I love you, Ethan. I'm going to be done with babysitting. I love you. Bye. Bye. I'm going to throw my $800 iPhone out the window like a stupid idiot. Just delete the video,
right,
homie. That's
I know.
an $800
I was like, keep
phone.
the phone, man. Come on. God,
that's just
reformat it or something.
That's just financially a poor idea to do what you just did.
It really is.
But the reason Jack's amazing is after Ethan gets captured and you go to sleep, the scene with Jack where he begs you to save his family.
Yeah.
That's the best part of the whole game.
I really love that.
Jack being like, look, I'm not a monster, and I wouldn't have tried to kill you if I wasn't under her control.
Nor is my entire family, for that matter.
Yeah,
it's
like we're not. None of us are killers. We're all. It's just like it's awesome because it's like no good deed goes unpunished in the Resident Evil universe, and like Jack finds her in the bayou and thinks he's rescuing Eveline because he's like, oh. Because there's a little girl alone, unconscious in the swamp.
Fucking Eveline,
and rescues her, and then boom, bap, bip. There we go. But let's quickly cover the tropes in this thing. There's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's body horror, which is anything you want to do with Cronenberg, like heads growing back and like people reaching into bodies and stuff.
Totally.
Lucas is Jigsaw from Saw.
Yep.
Eveline is the girl from Fear, or the video game Fear.
Yeah, anything for that matter, really.
Yeah,
Rings, Grudge, you name it.
Yeah,
especially with all the black goo and shit,
Yeah, I liked the break from the series canon of not it being a T-virus thing.
I enjoyed that as well. Which is why I have so many questions about where this lies in the universe. Like what? Well, where does Umbrella come in? I know they're supposed to be or they're masquerading as the good guys now. But who made Eveline? Did they make Eveline, or did another company make Eveline, and they're the third party that Lucas was trying to get a hold of?
Clearly, Umbrella made her through a dummy corporation. Because look at it's like the files, all the files and all the blueprints are missing.
Sure.
And that's in the box by Alan's body, on the boat. Alan clearly uploaded everything to Umbrella beforehand. And, no one called them, other than Lucas's encrypted communications. So, Umbrella comes to find their property,
right.
Because you see a helicopter fly over the salt mine in the beginning,
yep.
And or not in the beginning, but the beginning of the end.
Yep.
Which the salt mine, what a pain in the ass. Just so many molded.
Super pain in the ass.
Least favorite weapon in the whole game. What's your least favorite weapon?
Oh, that's so tough. The
Mine's
one that
easy.
I used the least was probably the grenade launcher.
Oh, really?
I think.
I absolutely massacred Marguerite with the grenade launcher.
Well, I think, and part of that is probably because I didn't have much ammo at that point.
Oh,
so
okay.
I think I just probably unloaded the 3 shells that I had on her, and then and then just said fuck it.
Yeah, I went into the final fight.
But there's a gun that I'm forgetting.
I would say the burner. The burner is like the least good gun in the game.
I loved it.
It's like it's good for the section that you need it, and then it's like whatever.
Yeah.
I
With all
I
the
also
spiders and for the Marguerite section, basically.
for the section you get it, rock solid. But after that, it's just too slow to do anything.
Yeah,
Like
agreed.
no one gets staggered by it. There's no stopping power to it. It's just like hopefully you can burn them in enough time to kill them. A gun that got like a lot of hate on the internet that I really liked. I liked the machine gun. I'd just aim it towards the middle of their chest, and then the recoil would pull it up, and I'd shoot them in the head like 50 times, and they just go down. I was just going nuts. I'd kill like 6 molded a clip. The machine gun was like easily the most economical gun that I had.
Yo, oh my God, I hate this. I hate my memory, my lack of memory. See, this is what pot does to you, kids. God damn it. Yo, I don't remember a fucking machine gun.
You didn't get the machine gun?
I guess.
Oh, because so if you don't save Mia, do you get to do her section on the boat?
Oh, no. Okay, there we go. All right. Whew. I was like, why do I not remember a machine gun? Okay, I remember it from playing the flashback of her and Alan on the boat. Yes. Okay, what I neglected to do was save the one fucking lockpick I had to unlock the captain's locker that had the machine gun in it. So,
you could have got the captain's key, baby.
I didn't know. I couldn't find. I was just like,
I don't know if that was only
to get done with the game.
Yeah, I don't know if that was only in Mia's story, but yeah, the machine gun was my jam.
I'm willing to bet the captain's key was only in Mia's story, actually, because I remember, toting around that ship for a good amount of time, trying to find something to get me that fucking machine gun.
So from what I understand, because I didn't play, I only know her ending story.
Yeah.
But from what I have read, so if you save Zoe, she just instantly gets murked, right?
Yeah.
By Eveline.
Out of here.
That's pretty.
It was the
sad.
dumbest shit ever. Yeah.
That's pretty sad. I also think that's pretty hilarious. But easily the best gun in the game is the shotgun. The shotgun is just
which one?
Either. It doesn't matter. Like the 2-shotter is better than the 4-shotter,
right.
But it doesn't even matter.
Which I
like
only
the shotgun,
found one repair kit though, so I wasn't able to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which one did you find? The one in Lucas's part or the one in the yard?
One that was a part of one of the photo treasure things.
That's the one in Lucas's part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the second one. The first one you find in the yard, in front of the trailer. If you crouch down in between the 2 staircases, there's a metal panel that if you go close to it, you can pull it back, and there's the other repair kit.
Well then,
yeah,
I repaired
the broken pistol.
Yep.
Before I repaired the other shotgun, and I just let it rip. It was. Yeah, dude. The 2-shotter was crucial. But yeah, like in the end, I think my final loadout was the repaired handgun, the shotgun, the remote bombs, the grenade launcher, health items, and my biggest thing, I had just mountains of psychostimulants in my item box because I just didn't use them. Like, I just never found it that hard to find items. Apparently it was because I missed those 2 antique coins, which stopped me from getting the Magnum. But
I've heard it's not that good.
Oh, see, I heard that it's like the business. Well, there just isn't a ton of ammo for it.
Yeah, it's just that. It's not really viable in the game. Like,
yeah, and from what I understand, like when you can actually get it,
right, by
if you
the
don't buy it
time you're able to get it,
it doesn't really matter.
So, but yeah, by far oddest thing in the game, and referring back to where we started on this, Marguerite. You got to shoot her in the goddamn vag to kill her. Like,
yeah,
what is that?
Well, I mean, it's like her whole guts, but it's definitely in a vaggy type area. I mean, she's a spider at this point,
on her
right?
Vagina, and you need to shoot it in order to kill her.
Beegina.
Beegina.
It's Resident Evil, man. There's Beeginas everywhere.
I think we got the title of this episode.
I think we did. I think we did get it. But yeah, like I liked the boss fights in it. The only one I didn't really give a shit about was like Lucas's whole thing. The whole like Saw puzzle thing was like super bunk. Because after you get it right the first time, you know, in the videotape, then it's kind of like, oh, I'm just better than this.
Yeah, and there's an achievement to get that done. I think in under like 5 minutes or something.
Okay. Yeah, I plowed right through that.
Well, see, I couldn't. Yeah, there were parts I was like, "What do you want?"
You know. Actually, I shouldn't say that I plowed through it. I got stuck for like 2 seconds on the stick doll, and then I was like, I'm just gonna go start clicking on everything.
That fucker, baby.
Yeah, and then we were all good. But yeah, like the ties to the series are so loose, except for one, and I want to talk about what that is.
Yeah, talk about it.
At the very end, when you defeat Eveline, when you find out that the old grandma is Eveline, which in the credits they explain why she's so old, as opposed to being a little girl 3 years earlier.
Which is, can we real quick? Let me interject. How cool is it that photo that you find in the very beginning of the game, goes right back to that E-001, and I was like, and I started to get a hinkling of that as I got through the game, and I'm like, yo, nobody else notices her, not even the family, and she's just there at random time. I'm like, yo, that's fucking Evelyn. That's gotta be Evelyn,
right?
And that's sure as shit. So sorry, continue.
Yeah, so like you're on the ground, you've saved the day, you've turned Evelyn into like a giant pile of stone tentacles. The helicopters come in. You see Umbrella Corporation, like the newly reformed, not Red Umbrella, Blue Umbrella, coming in.
Umbrella, like a color change fixes everything, guys.
Rebranding fixes everything. And they just drop the ladder down, and a paratrooper gets down. You see him with like the red, blue, and yellow chem fluids on the front of his vest, and he's got the like MP-19 suppression machine gun, which should have been like the dead giveaway for the most diehard of Resident Evil fans. But then the visor flips up and he takes the helmet off. And he's like, we got one alive over here. Like, oh. He goes over and he's like, are you all right, son? He's like, oh, I'm all right now. Where the hell were you guys? What took so long? You know, in classic, after all the conflict's done, complaint fashion of, where were you guys? He's like, we got you. We're going to get you to safety. My name's Redfield. I'm like, oh, hey. Cool. That's super shoehorned in and unnecessary to just make Chris show up. But, you know, I guess if you got to really tie it into the series and really hammer it home, let's get Chris Redfield in there. Because, like, the thing was I didn't play 6, so I don't know if Chris went back to Umbrella, but as somebody who only played 5, he was part of, you know, the genetic terrorism task force from, like, the World Health Council. You know, like, he has to go in and, like, smoke the zombies in areas where an outbreak happens. It's like his thing. It's like he's like a cleanup guy. So it's like, I don't know why he's even with Umbrella. This is super confusing for me.
I didn't play 6 either. So I don't know. But in talking to our good friend PB, he was suggesting, or his take on it was that it's not Chris, but just an Umbrella agent using Chris's name.
Oh yeah,
sort of how Bond works in a way, you know, like.
I mean, I guess I could see that.
It could be cool. I mean, it'd just be an interesting dynamic to see where they go with that, you know.
But like the whole after the credits are over, when it's like, nah, he's not a hero. DLC coming, which is you're going to play as Chris in it.
Yeah. Or as Redfield. Like, who knows what his first name is, but.
I mean, could they have cloned Chris Redfield?
Maybe.
Probably. It could have happened. So, I mean, we'll find out what's what. But it felt super shoehorned in.
Did you get the new DLC then?
No, I don't think so.
I didn't either yet. I want to. I've heard it's got one of the game's best puzzles in it.
That's cool. Yeah, I think if I do it again, I'll probably get it on PS4, though. I'll probably get it there instead of PC and play it on console one time through. But otherwise,
I thought you got it on the cross-buy.
No, I had bought it on a regular old PC.
Straight up PC.
Yeah, there was like a 25-30% off coupon that I found for Capcom's store, so it's not even on Steam. So no Chivos of any kind for me. I was just cranking on it. So I was getting all of these things because I was like, oh, if I get all the coins and get all the Mr. Everywheres, I'm totally gonna get some kind of gun unlocked.
Right.
in the mainline game, there's totally gonna be a thing I get.
Though. It's not a game you're gonna platinum.
Right, exactly.
That much. Nobody. I shouldn't say nobody. Only the hardcore of the hardcore.
Now I want to look at like the achievement list and see what's what about, like, what's super hard about getting the old Platty McPlatinum on it.
Making it through the game using only 3 first aids.
That's pretty dope. I could do it on easy. I could do that on easy.
I'm pretty sure one of them is like requires a difficulty. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but.
Well, I mean, just the 3.
And another one is only using 1 or 2 or 3 saves.
Is that also difficulty based? Because if it was on easy, I could do it.
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
That's nuts balls though to be like, yeah, guess what? Yeah, so you complete the game of Madhouse. You get an achievement for closing a door.
Oh yeah, totally.
I really like that, actually. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, the happy birthday videotape in 5 minutes. Complete the game in 4 hours. You could do that on easy though, I suppose.
Yeah.
Complete the game using only 3 first aid meds or less.
Oh, that's the I thought you said the saving 3 times, the opening the item box only 3 times.
That's what it is, yeah. So inventory management like a motherfucker.
Yeah, or basically you're just like, you're not getting things unless you absolutely have to pick them up.
That's what it is, yeah.
And then complete the game using only 3 first aid meds or less. Yeah, I could do all of those on easy. I could do it all on easy.
But
I don't think I could. I don't think the really tough one though is I think getting all of the antique coins on Madhouse.
Yeah, I'm looking at that one as 0.2% of players have completed this.
Yeah, I'm like that one. That one's got to be tough because there's a couple I think that you have to get in the middle of like a fight zone situation.
Shit. And I'm like, and I'm cool with that. Like,
yeah,
trophies are awesome and fun, but let's not. Can we make them obtainable? Like.
Well, I mean, that's kind of, I think the thing though now is like they're trying to get to that point where like, no, nothing will be attainable anymore. They got, because there's these folks now who just play games solely for the trophy aspect of it.
Right. Well, and that was me. Quick little sidetrack on The Witness. I tried to run through that thing, but there's one trophy designed specifically at random for random ass puzzles. I'm like, cool. I'll never fucking platinum this. I'll have all trophies but 1 left. That's fantastic.
And I'm just gonna deal with it. I'm just gonna deal with that my own way.
I have to live with that now.
So yeah,
just stuck with
overall, let's close out on Resident Evil 7 here. You guys should totally play it. It's really good. It's definitely, if you grew up with Resident Evil, it's something that you have probably missed for a while. If you like Resident Evil 4, it's actiony enough that you get that itch scratched as well. And if you just like horror stuff, it's really good. It's not as scary as Outlast, but it definitely looks a million times better. So,
and you can fight back.
Yeah, that's part of it not being as scary though, is the fighting back.
Yeah,
the having to always choose flight is what makes Outlast so good. You've got to go back and finish it. Get in there, finish that shit. Play it knowing that no one can actually hurt you, Reed.
Yeah,
it's just the game.
It's a little hard.
It's just the video game.
I like to live it. I like to live my games.
I live my games one save at a time.
One save at a time.
But a couple of quick little things here, or just one quick little thing. The Runaways this week, or last week, was cast.
Oh, yeah, they were.
And, yeah.
A bunch of little teeny boppers.
Yeah, man, they're going the young route. It's going to be a Hulu series.
I can count how many fucks I give on one fist.
I mean, I remember, I love Runaways, though. It's like the only thing really kind of...
I'm kidding. I'll check it out. I'm just like, after watching how full CW a few of our favorite series have gone, like, I'm not
I would be more worried about like Cloak and Dagger being full CW because it's on ABC Freeform, a channel designed for teenagers. Yeah. This is on Hulu, the home of like what is it? Despicable People or whatever it is, that really awesome comedy show.
Not familiar.
It's like there's plenty of really good Hulu shows. So like yeah, so they can do whatever they're like Netflix. They can do whatever the hell they want. Cool. So you got looks like we're having the original team. So you got Renzi Feliz as Alex Wilder, which is the No Powers leader of the group. Lyrica Okano is Nico Minoru, so Sister Grimm, which she looks perfect for Nico Minoru. So that should work out. Virginia Gardner from Project Almanac is going to be Carolina Dean, which is her superhero name is LSD, or Lucy in the Sky, which lovely because she can create like solar ribbons of light and use them to disorient and attack people. So they call her LSD. How teenager superhero of them.
Because you can make it feel like you're tripping balls, man.
Yeah. The only thing that's really kind of odd is that Ariella Barrera is going to be Molly Gonzalez, which is not her original name. Originally Molly's a little white girl, but they did an ethno flip, which is totally fine. I mean, the last thing we need is more white superheroes. But I'm pretty sure the internet's going to collectively lose their shit about it because that's what the internet likes to do. I'm more off-put by the fact that they made her the same age as everybody else. Kind of the fun part of Molly is that she's like 8, and they're all like 14, 15.
Aww.
And they're like, and they basically have like a little young ward that they're taking care of. So like when they go places, they're like, what the fuck are these kids doing with this little kid? What are these homeless kids doing with this little kid? But I bet it'll be fine. The only other thing that really kind of, or no, it's not. It's excuse me. Ariella Barrera is going to be Gertrude, I think. Yeah, Ariella Barrera is going to be Gertrude, and Allegra Acosta is going to be Molly. But Ariella Barrera, they've talked about her being Arsenic, which is Gert, but they have not talked about Old Lace being in the show. Which leads me to think they're going to do Runaways without her having her Velociraptor, which is going to make sense financially. It's just going to be really dumb. So I'm a little bummed out by that. But yeah, that's your Runaway cast. If you guys like Runaways, let us know. I think they're a pretty awesome young adult.
See, I'm not. I always get it twisted with or confused with the Children's Crusade. Not to say that they're like the same by any means. They're obviously different teams, and Children's Crusade was made up of it. But it just seems like I hear Runaways, and then I just immediately my brain goes to that story.
Well, also I think Nico Minoru is part of the Young Avengers by that point too.
Oh, maybe that's a little bit of what I'm thinking of too.
Because I think Sister Grimm and Wiccan are like the two resident witches of the
Wiccan for
of the Young Avengers. Yeah, well, yeah, because Scarlet Witch's kids.
Right.
But, so, but yeah, that's the casting for that. And as we said earlier, the Super Bowl happened yesterday. So we're just going to quickly go over what we thought were the highs and lows of the spots that aired. Not the football, the stuff that really matters.
Right.
The commercials and the trailers. So, Reed, what do you think here for these Super Bowl spots?
So I just made a quick little list. I got 6 of them on here, and they were the 30-second spots for movies, basically, because I just wanted to rank them. Or movies, and I should say my number one being the one that we didn't even see coming. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. Let me go backwards.
All right.
Number 6. My just like, okay, sure. Transformers. I'm like, you know what? Cool. More explosions, more whatever. I don't know why you're fighting Bumblebee and Optimus, but you know what? Just do you, buddy. As long as this is Bay's last Transformers, whatever. We're cool. Number 5 spot for me was Logan. I've seen both the Logan trailers. Thought they were fucking incredible. This one didn't go above and beyond, didn't really do anything to surprise me, gave us some new looks at Caliban. I'm pronouncing it like Professor Xavier. Caliban. Caliban. But anyways, yeah, we didn't really get a whole lot of new in there. Basically, that new look at Caliban, and that was pretty much it. I forget the song that one was done to. But again, a fitting musical background to the display. Number 4 being Ghost in the Shell. I was skeptical as fuck as this movie came out, but everything that I see on it as time progresses makes me more and more hyped for it. Seeing Scarlett Johansson's face, basically half there and then half the android underneath, was super cool. And seeing the that sequence, showing a little more of that opening sequence from the animated film being done in real life with the robot.
With the geisha girls?
Yeah, the robot geishas. That shit looked fucking rad.
Yeah, looks cool.
So that one I'm hype on. What?
The real question from that, though, is with how everything's looking so good, is everyone going to stay true to their whole, I'm not going to go see it, because I don't think anyone is.
Right. No, I'm definitely going to see it. So,
yeah.
Number 3, Fate of the Furious. Oh my God.
Their Super Bowl spot still wasn't as good as the derp that I have on my YouTube channel, but it was okay.
Each their own. No, it was every time I see more of the Fate, the more ridiculous it is, and just I can't get enough, especially with that cast. Woo! Oh my God, man! It's like
I hope it's just 2 hours of Tyrese.
How
wooing.
could you do this to your family? Oh my God, is that a submarine? Like,
Dom, jump the submarine and get the missile to come back and hit the sub. Do it, yeah!
Just with the whole fucking EDM soundtrack behind it, I'm all in. I'm so all in.
Everybody knows a muscle car can outrun a missile. Just like this series is. I mean, I applaud it for not giving any fucks about anything.
None. It's incredible.
I'm just waiting for one point where like Dom is like riding, and then he's like, it's like no,
riding a missile.
No, he's not riding a missile. He's driving a car from the missile, but he realizes he can't outrun it, and he just yells now, and then the car goes, and you find out that this has been in the whole Transformers universe the whole time.
Oh my God.
And then the car grabs a missile and punches it.
Oh my God.
And it's just like, and then the car turns around and points at the submarine, and then you see Fast and the Fate of the Furious, subtitle Transformers: The Last Guardian, and they've actually been the same movie this whole time. It's like, holy shit, that's awesome.
Somebody
directed by Michael Bay, and then Regis like, no.
Somebody
like,
get that over to Universal right now.
He's gonna direct them forever because he makes them so much money.
It is. It's literally a money machine, just shitting out money.
I mean, 4 was so god awful. Like, there's no way there could be more than that. And they're like,
worst.
Then they're like, 4 for the third week in a row is number 1 at the box office. I was like, God damn.
And somehow this one's gonna have King Arthur and shit. You fucking miss me with all that.
You're goddamn right.
Oh my
you're
God.
goddamn right. King Arthur's gonna be in it. Why wouldn't King Arthur be in it? Is the real question at this point. I hope that King Arthur comes to the present day via a telephone booth, like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And he fucking helps Mark Wahlberg build a fantastic invention that turns Optimus Prime back good. That's what I'm hoping for. And then King Arthur takes Excalibur, and you find out Excalibur is made of a transformer metal that can kill Unicron. So they have fucking King Arthur riding a horse into the heart of Unicron and stabbing him, and they're like, one will rise, one will fall, to have a callback to the 1985 Transformers movie. And that's where King Arthur went disappeared, and no one knows where he was. Back in like the old lore.
Oh yeah, you got time warped.
It's because he went to the future and fucking killed Unicron. Yeah. That's what happened to King Arthur.
Stop asking questions, please.
Merlin is like, but the king can't leave. And he's like, shut the fuck up, Merlin. Threw on sunglasses, flipped him the bird, and then hit the door. Yeah, fuck you, Merlin. Suck my dick. I'm like, wow, King Arthur's kind of a badass. He doesn't give a fuck about anything. No wonder England was in such shit when he He was king.
This is great. This is like our own Cool Games Inc. This is Cool Movies Inc.
I love how we're just like as if King Arthur was really a historical figure.
Right.
So,
oh my god,
Yeah.
All right, so that was Fate was number 3. How we got the Transformers, I'm not sure, but
because I told you the car turned into a Transformers because it doesn't give a shit.
Punches the missile. Yep, that's right.
Yep.
Great. Good shit.
Missile punch.
Right, number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh my god.
Guardians.
They did it again. They fucking did it again with Fleetwood Mac in the background.
Yeah, baby. The Chain is such a gangster ass song.
The end killed me. I was just in tears over that. Mantis just gets nailed with something, and he goes, "Watch out!"
I tried.
After she gets hit, I tried, you guys.
I mean, the best part of that whole spot, though, is straight up. He says, "Welcome to the frickin' Guardians of the Galaxy." But he ain't used frickin'. You just see little Groot shaking his head no.
No, but in the back of my mind, I was really hoping they would have dug deep into the comic books and used Flarkin, honestly.
Yeah.
I probably, everybody in this whole apartment building would have known I had lost my mind at that point. If I'm watching a trailer for Guardians 2 and he says, "Welcome to the Flarkin' Guardians of the Galaxy," I would have been like, "Oh, motherfucker, yeah!"
But he ain't safe Flarkin'.
Yeah, so that was it.
I'm pretty sure your number 1 is going to be what I would consider my number 1.
Yep.
So.
But accompanying the Guardians release, they shortly put out that awesome mixtape poster afterwards. I just have to give a nod to that because that was super, super just awesome poster design.
It was pretty dope.
And we'll put that in the Facebook group for you guys. But yeah, number 1, Stranger Things. Nobody saw it coming.
And nobody got to see it coming because it was an Eggo commercial at first. And like the best part was like when he was like, "Lego my Eggo," and he goes, I was like, oh my god, this is like the moment that the happened, I was like, this is a Stranger Things trailer. And then just the I was like, yes.
Yeah, man.
And then just Halloween. It's like, all right.
Well, and it's a testament to how dope it was done, is because like throughout all 6 of those that I had mentioned, which one did I text you immediately on? Like,
yeah, I was
like, yo, did you see that?
It was absolutely Stranger Things.
So what was hot for you, man? What did you dig?
I mean, most of the ones I liked weren't movie stuff.
Commercials.
Yeah, man. I have to give a shout out to my guys at the Mill. Their compositing work on the Melissa McCarthy commercial was so good that I was just smitten. I have a bunch of buddies who did that commercial.
Oh, okay.
And
I was like, so you're about to get into some technical shit.
Yeah, they were finishing up. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna get too. I'm just gonna say how much I liked it. But they were busting their ass like up until maybe like 5 days ago to get that thing finished for the Super Bowl, and it turned out amazing. So that was super dope. I loved, and I know everyone saw this before it came out at the Super Bowl. I just didn't watch it because I wanted to see it when it happened. But YouTube tried to make me watch it a bunch of times. But the Budweiser commercial was fucking incredible. That was amazing. But the one I think I liked most of like the actual commercials was Audi with the like empowerment, the female empowerment commercial, which I thought was kind of dope. I really liked that just from like the father angle, like what do I tell my kid? You know, because I have those moments all the time now where it's like, what am I going to tell my son that Donald Trump was president and that we like ushered in a shit show of America for 4 years? Like, how do I explain that to him? I mean, I know obviously I didn't personally vote for him, but I still have to live in the country and raise him here. But yeah, so like the Audi commercial was like super, super dope. I just like nobody was watching. It was like everyone was getting food, and I was just like, that was fucking incredible a commercial goes.
It really was.
I was just like, that was so goddamn good. That's incredible. That like, I mean, now granted, it's like a way to sell cars, but like that was such a dope, just straight like, what do I tell my daughter? Do I tell her she's not as worth as much as her brother? Do I tell her that her mother's not as worth as much as her father? Do I tell her that no matter how talented or how skilled she is, she'll never be valued as much as every man that she's ever met in her whole life? Yep. I was like, God damn, this commercial is straight up being like, guess what, guys? this shit ain't right. So,
right.
and then she wins, and it's like, but maybe I'll get to tell her something else. And I was like, that's fucking dope.
But yeah, and I saw somebody tweet about this, and just to get just a little political on our very fun podcast that we like to have, I had seen somebody tweet about it'd be really cool to just see a company like that do that, but then not do it with the product placement at the end, because it's like, yeah, do this awesome shit and do it, but do it in our car.
Right,
how
exactly.
about just fucking do it in general?
Like great, like yeah, that's like what I was saying. Like at the end,
right.
You still get that Audi logo,
right.
But like,
I mean, you can place the logo there, just not walking into the car. Like, I'm gonna tell her in an Audi.
Yeah, but the A8 is such a dope car.
No, and I get it. And I'm like, and it's a little bit of
if you're gonna tell anyone in anything in the car
and shit, but
it definitely would be cool. But it's like at the end of the day, they probably spent like $10 million to get that on TV.
Yeah, I don't even know what a Super Bowl ad costs, but yeah, I'm sure.
So like they're like, hey, we're gonna be social about it, but get off our ass when we also want to put our product in it. No, I'm not saying that I'm in defense of that, but like it definitely is like it cheapens it for sure to be like, Audi. women should have the same rights as men. Audi. Treat everyone equally.
Drink car. Sprite. Yeah. Drink Sprite.
Treat everyone the same. Drink Sprite. But yeah, so it's like I get it. I get that whole
weird
thing. But yeah. So like those are the ones. I mean, obviously the top two I love, or your top two I loved as well. Stranger. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to not love that. Like, even people I know who aren't super nerdy were like, Stranger Things!
Yeah.
Fuck yeah!
And I saw, like, a lot of comments. I think people are really getting shit twisted about the release. Like, they're getting it confused. The first YouTube comments that were the most upvoted were like, but Halloween's so far. And then the second most upvoted reply to that was like, no, it won't be Halloween. It'll probably be July. It's set in Halloween. I'm like, dog.
It's
Get
Halloween,
the fuck out
bro.
of here. Netflix says Halloween 2017. Like, the 2017 is placed after Halloween for a reason. Like,
yeah, and like when they say Halloween, they're not being like, hey, it's set during Halloween,
right.
which it is.
Right, which it
but
is.
Like it's I mean, it being set during Halloween and being released at Halloween
makes it that much better.
It's just good marketing.
Right.
Because the fun part is like, oh, Halloween's so far away. I was like, well, then fucking watch Iron Fist and the 10,000 other awesome things that are coming out in between now and then.
Shit.
Shut the fuck up and enjoy all the awesome you got coming your way. But yeah. So, good job, Internet, for getting it all wrong.
All of it. None of it. You got none of it right. Yeah.
But before we get into our final item of the day, we are going to do a little thing where Reej goes to the deep, dark corners of the internet and finds the little juicy tidbits of news that we may miss in our bigger overall swath of podcasting glory. It's a little thing we like to call the Reej Report. Take it away, Reej.
Yeah, I got nothing this week. Yeah.
All right.
Big fat goose egg on the Reej Report this week.
And that was the Reej Report.
Yo, it's been drab, though, this week, man. Like, there's no big game releases, no big show news, no big anything.
There's a niche game release tomorrow.
What do you got? What?
Neo comes out tomorrow.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Samurai Dark Souls comes out tomorrow.
Been reading about that thing, holy shit.
Is it people not loving it or what?
No, they Souls fans are loving it.
Yeah, it looks. I was like, wow, this looks like a game I'd like.
It's supposed to be much more difficult than Souls, even.
That's awesome, because I thought Bloodborne was harder than Souls because of how much faster it was, and I appreciate how much faster it was.
You'll love Neo.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to play it, but it's gonna sit. I gotta finish this this Witcher 3. I've gotten to the point with Witcher 3. I've gotten to the point with Witcher 3 now where I'm really happy and I'm having tons of fun, but the storylines are starting to repeat. Like I was like, yeah, you get a Noon Wraith in your village. I'm like, motherfucker, I already killed a Noon Wraith in this exact same scenario. And I was like, I gotta just finish these stories because I'm starting to run all the quests into the ground. Yeah, so it's like I got like 57 hours in.
And you do or do not have the expansions?
I have them, but I haven't done any of the quests for them yet.
Dude, wait until you get into Blood and Wine territory.
Does one of them give you like a house? Do you ever get a house?
I don't know. I'm not that far. I
just
started dabbling
where
into the expansions.
Because I want a place where I can put trophies up.
Expansions. Yeah, that would be dope.
Because I'm tired of having like a bag full of heads.
Yeah, me too.
Bouncing around on Roach.
So many of them. So many.
I mean, if you just like, I'm just gonna put it this way: like, if I was like a peasant, like a Redanian, or even like a Nilfgaardian, you know, or a Temerian, and I'm just in my little village. Comes in this cat-eyed motherfucker with a bag full of heads.
Skeptical.
Like,
yo,
what are you doing? What are you doing here? Why don't you shut the fuck up? I'm a witcher. I'm here to solve your problems. I'm like, all right, well, that's tight, but you do understand that I'm skeptical because you rolled into town with a bag full of fucking heads, right? And
I'm not talking just like a handful of heads. This is like a good baker's dozen, if not more.
Yeah, and if you keep doing more quests, it's like 15 to 30 heads in a bag.
Yeah, I got heads on heads on heads.
Like a Santa Claus bag full of heads.
Oh my god.
And like these heads are varying sizes. Like a Chort's head is way bigger than like a Noonwraith's head. So like
or a Griffin's head.
Yeah, these are fucking big ass heads that are just bouncing around a bag. God. Like, take it easy, Geralt, you fucking crazy man. Now, granted, somebody's probably like, just sell the heads. I'm like, that freaks me out even more. Why should I be selling heads? Like
that's questionable business practice, my friend.
I'm a traveling merchant. I will buy all of those heads off you. I'm like, that sounds fucking weird. I don't want to sell you these heads.
Do I have to kill you? Now do I have to follow you and see what your intentions are with these heads?
Yeah.
Like, what? No, for real though. When you get into Blood and Wine,
all of them.
My God. It provides a new area of the map. Quick little sidetrack here. It's beautiful. It is just beautiful, and it is so different from anything that you've experienced in The Witcher thus far. It's so good. It's like walking into a watercolor painting, man. It's just fucking beautiful.
Dope. I'm excited about that. I really liked when I went to Skellige for the first time that it was like all mountains and stuff.
Yeah.
But then that quickly wore off because I was like, God, I can't traverse anything because of all these mountains. Yep, no. Like, Roach can't climb a mountain.
No, he cannot. This ain't Skyrim.
The magic horse can't just climb a mountain.
Physics actually apply to this horse.
Yeah.
Although he'll come out of nowhere as soon as you whistle him.
they loosely applied it, this magical horse who can just whistle. You're on a different continent. He's like, hey, bro, I'm behind you. Right? Oh, God, Roach.
Yo.
I'm right here. But yeah, so our last little item of the day, we're going to start doing a little bit more of these. But we watched the DC animated film Justice League Dark, which is out now. And I think, for the most part, I think we liked it.
We did.
Yeah?
That we did.
We enjoyed it. You know, the actual animation is pretty much on par with what DC's animated offerings have been. I wouldn't say it's like one of the better animated ones, but I wouldn't say it's one of the terrible ones either.
Agreed. So what was their last one? I can't remember. I didn't like it, though. Oh, Killing Joke.
Yeah, Killing Joke was that, and then before that was it Batman Bad Blood before that, which I did like, the one with Damian and Batwing and Batwoman, I think. Was the one after that.
If I watched
but yeah,
that
Killing Joke was trash.
Oh, super trash.
Super
which
bad.
Which was such a shame to see Hamill come back as Joker and only to be in that.
Yeah, to be in the garbage can. The garbage can one.
Why didn't we review that for the podcast? Maybe we
did.
I think we did, didn't we?
I think we talked about it, and then we're like, all right, we're out of here.
Specifically talking about Barbara.
Yeah, and how they the whole sex thing.
It's just dumb. But this
was really great because we get to see Batman out of his element, which is always fun.
Yeah, we do.
To see Batman out of his element, and it's really nice because it did give me a little bit of faith that the animated Constantine could be good, because this is really a movie about John Constantine.
Yeah.
More than anyone else. Because like everyone, like the Suicide Squad movie, The Assault on Arkham, is also a really good one. How that's really a movie about Deadshot.
Yep.
That's kind of like the same format here, where it's like there's a whole bunch of people in it, but it's really about John Constantine.
I agree. 100%.
And they also do a really fucking dope job with Etrigan too.
Who I didn't know about. There were a lot of characters on this one.
You didn't know about Etrigan? Oh yeah, you didn't know about it. Like,
yeah, no.
This is easier. This would be a much better thing to do. let's have you lead this, and I'll just chime in because I know all of these characters, so I want to see what your first
takeaway for me was the that the world needs more of Matt Ryan's Constantine.
Yeah.
Number one, first and foremost, like I don't care if it's an animated form or not. Like we just need more of it. He's perfect. He's awesome. Number two, seeing Bats act a certain way to the Justice League and then turn around and form this own little, Justice League Dark thing. He acts like he doesn't believe in magic, and then turns around and forms a little magic team. Which is just awesome. You don't really see Bats play the the Two-Face parts every once in a while. No pun intended there, but you don't really see it to this effect of him looking his teammates in the eye and being like, "Yo, fuck this magic shit. Like, I don't know what y'all are talking about. Get the fuck out of here with that." And then boom, goes behind their backs and basically does all this shit. But the team that he forms and finds in these characters, I had no idea who the hell the majority of them were. So I immediately found myself on a Wikipedia page trying to look up who Zatanna, was it?
Yeah, Zatanna.
Who she was. I knew Constantine. I knew Swamp Thing. I did not know Etrigan. I did not know Deadman.
Gone, the form of man. Arise, the demon, Etrigan.
Which I love that he rhymes everything.
Yep. That actually is something that happened later on in Etrigan's career, too.
That's so dope.
The whole, speaking entirely in rhyme.
It's so dope. I love it. It's such a great little character thing for him. Like, it just makes him different from everybody else. It's really cool. So is that their version of Hulk?
I guess you could kind of say he's like a Hulk type character, but because
it seemed like the way they pitched it in the movie is that he was unbeatable, so that then they shoved him into a human body or whatever it was.
Yeah, I mean the thing about it is Etrigan is super strong, but it's really weird because in the comics him and Jason Blood aren't at odds, which is in the movie they make it really Blood doesn't like being Etrigan and doesn't bring him out to help, So it's super weird to have that happen because gone the form of man, arise the demon Etrigan is how you bring Etrigan forward, and then Etrigan when he wants to go back to Jason Blood, it's gone now Etrigan and rise again the form of man. So it's there's another rhyme that sends him back, and he says it and turns himself back. There's a symbiosis that happens. I don't know what's what with it now, but there's so, oh my god, the original one is much longer too. It's
the original
it's not
rhyme.
It's there's even the current one is even longer than the original rhyme. The original rhyme is change, O form of man, release the might of fleshy mire, boil the blood and heart of fire, gone the form of man, rise the demon Etrigan.
Yeah, that's way too long.
That's the original, and the current long form is change the form of man, free the prince forever damned, free the might from fleshy mire, boil the blood and heart of fire, gone the form of man, rise the demon Etrigan. There's an extra line that's added.
Fuck?
Yeah, there's extra 2 lines added, but in the comics they just truncate it to just straight up gone the form of man, rise the demon Etrigan. So it's dope. He also, if you have Blackest Night, Etrigan's part of that. He's in there.
Yes, I do have Blackest Night. I've yet to read it because DC doesn't like to put their paperbacks in fucking reading order. So
yeah, he's one of the few creatures who are immune to the heart ripping that the Black Lanterns can do.
Oh, because he's a demon, right?
Yeah, they can't steal his heart because he ain't got one.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it was nice. It was really nice to see Swamp Thing because I don't think Swamp Thing gets as much love as he deserves.
Yo, but he barely got any love in this movie.
Yeah, but I mean, you get to see him use his power to help them find.
True.
What is it? They find
where the castle is.
Right. Trying to remember who they had. Which wizard was at the castle? I can't remember who it is now. But it's one of the. Is it not Faust? Yeah, it's Felix Faust. At the castle. Yeah. But yeah, overall pacing is really good. Characters are really dope. What did you think of, like, since you first time seeing, like, see, this is what I think about DC fans, why they love their characters so much, is like these characters are very different than a lot of the Marvel character style and scope.
Hella different.
You know, so like you got like John Constantine, who's like brazen and doesn't give a fuck about anything, and is like really good at like all this occult stuff and spells, and and just doesn't care about any of that. Like Etrigan is very different than even like your comparison to the Hulk. Like he's not stupid.
Yeah, he's not reckless. He can work,
and he's super powerful. Like Swamp Thing, like he's like the protector of nature, which like anything, like even a plant being threatened and then being like, dude, you were human once, and he's like, yeah, but not any longer. And Deadman is really cool, like the whole like possessing people and getting their information and being like a dead detective, but who's also kind of like jokey and weird. So like, does that make you more interested in, like, do you want to because Justice League Dark is a thing? Like, is that, like, after seeing this movie, do you want to like know more about the Justice League Dark, or
I want to stop choking on my water first? Oh my god. No, I do. I mean, I want to know more. There's still a thing about DC characters, and I don't know if it's part of a thing where they're just too basic for me. And I don't mean basic in the sense like their powers aren't like some extravagant shit, or they don't have some cool costume or something. But that's kind of what it is in a way. So like Deadman, very much. I was like, what the fuck kind of name is that? You're dead and you're a spirit, and you can inhabit other bodies and basically just do what a soul that hasn't gone to either hell or heaven or whatever afterlife you have. You're just trapped here.
He's not trapped here. He was selected by selected by a goddess to become like a sentinel of the like living world.
Did they go into that?
They talk about it briefly,
because I just remember him getting shot from the trapeze.
Right. And when he died, like he went, like when he was there, he basically is given like he's offered the chance to making impact on the living world so it's,
So yeah, no, I mean, it's like, it's cool. It's probably not a comic I'd read or anything. I'm just not, I don't know what it is, honestly. I'm not that interested in DC characters. Like, and that's not even like me being like, because I fucking love me some Green Lantern, love me some Flash. But aside from that, I'm like, meh. And do you think it's because, and I'm just thinking back on this now, sidetrack real quick. Do you think it's because my first introduction to it was Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Maybe, because I mean, it's a little bit difficult to really get the grasp on everybody when they're killing people off and merging universes and there's so many
dumbass heroes like Animal Man.
I will always refer to
Animal Man.
Don't you?
I will always.
We need to get you some Animal Man comics and get your mind right, because there's a whole run of Animal Man that's like among the best like runs of comics ever. Animal Man is so fire.
Wow, what you can talk to animals, whoop-de fucking do.
I don't even know how to talk to you right now. That's how like. It's so reductive. Be like, that's like being like, oh, the Flash is like pretty quick, huh?
No, he's not pretty fucking quick.
That's what I'm saying. Animal Man isn't just he can talk to animals, bro.
Okay, I get it a little bit.
Yeah, that's the like. Also, like he's kind of fast.
Yeah. No, like, I will say though, it definitely makes me want another animated movie of it. I'm not going to rush out to find any Justice League Dark comic books by any means.
Even if you can get it for $7.02 on Amazon right now.
Nope.
The whole compendium.
No thanks. I got a backlog of Marvel to get through. And Image and anything else before that. So yeah, I love Constantine. I like a lot of what was going on there. It's just for it to really grab my imagination and make me go into super like, yes, you got me gassed up and just hype thrusters activated, like it's not on that level for me.
Sure.
But
right on.
I give it 2 thumbs up, and go watch it by all means.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good DC offering. I think DC is still showing that even though their cinematic universe isn't doing so awesome, that their animated universe is still second to none. Definitely better than the Marvel offerings.
Agreed.
Out there, which is a shame because
Marvel
could
the
learn.
Hulk and Deadpool one, or Wolverine and Deadpool.
Or you mean the Hulk versus Wolverine and Hulk versus Thor, the two little 30-minute.
Which one had Deadpool in it though? That was just the best.
That's the Wolverine one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the until the Ryan Reynolds movie came out, it was the best.
It was great.
Best interpretation of Deadpool we've ever seen. Shot you in the ass. One of these. Hey, do you still have that unbreakable metal skull? And just puts a gun to his head and shoots him.
Ding!
Ow! I deserved it. I deserved it. But yeah, good. I definitely say check out Justice League Dark. It'll most certainly be on Netflix in like 3 months because as that seems to be the turn.
Yeah, with
for
those
these
movies.
DC animateds. So
they're
like
still all on Netflix, I think, aren't they?
Yeah. And they get keep adding a new one every 3 months.
Go watch those, you guys. Seriously, if you have not seen like War and Doom and Son of Batman and what are some of the other ones?
Under the Red Hood.
Oh my God, there's so many good ones. They're crushing the animated game.
Yeah, they're doing really, really well. Now, if only they'd let the animated guys write some of the movies, we wouldn't have a problem. Yeah. But, so it goes. But yeah, that's going to do it for us this week on the old Best Flarking podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening and hanging out with us while we yammered on about the Super Bowl and Resident Evil 7, which you totally go play as we get excited for Guardians 2 and Stranger Things. That. And as always, we release our podcast on Tuesdays at noon, and we are the weekly podcast on the Best Flarking Network. And we'll be actually coming out with a new games cast pretty soon, so look out for that as well. So we thank you so much, and the best way to help us grow is tell people about it if you like the podcast. We'd really, really appreciate it. And thank you guys so much for listening. He's Reej, I'm Dunners, and Reej, if you got anything else you want to say before we go, now's the time.
I love you guys.
He loves you guys, We'll see you next week.